In a culture of opposing opinions and challenging times, how do you get your head above water and get a breath of fresh air? You look for hope. You look for answers. And we shift from silos of segregation to social engagement in a quest for solutions. Stop talking about what the problem is and let's discuss how to fix it. Join us now as America Connects with your host, Rob Dalton.
Hey, hello everybody. Welcome. I'm Rob Dalton. This is America Connects. We're talking today to you, America, and we wanted to talk mainly about the election and a post-election event that I couldn't be more excited about. And I'm so excited to have the show today. It's not our typical format if you're used to hearing what you normally hear, but today we're just stepping out of our box and experiencing something brand new today. And I couldn't be more excited. Again, this is America Connects. I'm Rob Dalton. Thank you for being part of this show today. If you're listening, you're actively part of the show, and we're happy to have you with us. Today's topic is about something called #IVoted. It's an virtual online event after the election when all this is over with. And once you've voted, you can be part of an online concert event that we're going to get to here first. But I wanted to talk about, normally we introduce the topic today, and I want to do the same thing. Even now, a couple of weeks before the election, we've all been fatigued by all the election and election day getting here and the campaign ads and the media coverage. It gets tired head. It's all necessary. But sometimes there's just a saturation. A sponge can only hold so much water in a way. So I think when it finally comes around and the election day finally comes, we need to celebrate the end of the election season. We may not get the results right away, but having the ability to celebrate the end is what today's show is about. A small but necessary reward if you voted, and we're going to get into the particulars, but this is also finding out about this ahead of time. We're encouraging you to get out there and vote, and you'll be rewarded with this event once you do. You vote early or vote on time; it doesn't matter. It's all part of it. So, we just want to give you a chance to be rewarded for actually doing your American civic duty of voting. We could all use an escape and watch. I know most of the time we sit around, and I don't think this year is going to be the same as others, where we can start watching election coverage at 5 or 6 o'clock and have a winner by midnight. I don't think that's going to happen with all the mail-in voting and things. So we have something different in store, which is what we're going to talk about tonight or today. And what a better way of shaking off some of the election blahs or saturation than music, live music. I think that's going to be awesome. So join us as we have a couple of guests, very, very special guests that are on the show today to talk about this event, #IVoted. The first guest will be Emily White, one of the founders of #IVoted, and the Imaginaries. Miss Maggie McClure and Shane Henry are also on the show to talk about how they're taking part in this event as well. So thank you for joining us again, America. We are here for you, and this is America Connects, and we're going to talk about the reward you get for voting. And we're going to start off with Miss Emily White. Hello, Emily.
Hey, Rob. How are you?
I'm thrilled that you have decided to be part of the show. I'm really excited about this event for you. Now, let me do a quick intro because I want to give some people background about why you're the expert guest that you are. The founding partner of the Collective Entertainment and co-founder of #IVoted, which she established along with Mike Luba and Wilco's Pat, is it Sansone?
Yeah.
For the 2018 election 2 years ago. Proud to announce their November 3rd election night digital concert. That's why we're here. I wanted to wait and get your intro to describe that. The goal is simple: to get out and vote, particularly for millennials and the X, Y, and Z generation voters. So Emily, welcome to the show. And I'm going to let you do a lot of the conversation because it's your event, it's your baby, and I want you to be proud of it and talk about it.
Thanks so much, Rob, and thank you for having us. I can give some background on why we started, what we're doing, where we're going, all of that. So I'm a longtime entrepreneur in the music industry. I'm based in New York City, but I'm originally from Wisconsin, where the 2016 presidential election was decided by 22,000 votes and change.
Yes. Okay.
It was decided next door in Michigan by 10,000 votes and change. And I'd read that voter turnout was down in Milwaukee, where I'm from. And so my music industry brain was like, 22,000, that's our basketball arena. Why don't we put together some sort of sick concert and tie in voting? And I realized that if we took the concept national, we could have that much more impact. So that's what we did for the 2018 midterm elections. We activated over 150 venues in 37 states to let fans in on election night who showed a selfie from outside their polling place.
I like that element.
Cool.
Yeah.
All these amazing artists performed, Billie Eilish, Playboi Carti, Maggie Rogers, and really it was just myself and an intern working on it. It was an idea that caught fire. So now we've pivoted under the pandemic, and we've been inviting artists to perform via webcast on election night. Fans can access the stream by RSVPing at ivotedfestival.com with a selfie at home with their blank and unmarked mail-in ballot, or from outside their polling place. If you voted already, you can submit a selfie next to your mailbox, support USPS. And if you're not 18 by November 3rd, you can RSVP with a video letting us know what election you will be 18 for and why you're excited to vote. Wow. And if you're not a US citizen or ineligible to vote in any way, you can also RSVP with a video letting us know which I voted artists you're most excited to check out. Now, instead of just getting artists that we hope people will like or that we think people will like, we reached out to the top streaming artists in and or from each state. We're still not funded. We're a volunteer organization, so we focused on 20, 25 states. I'd love to do all 50 in the future. But out of those 20 or so states, over 600 artists confirmed, which makes it not only the largest music, quote, festival of the year, but it's going to smash the record for the largest single night digital concert in history, all in support of voter turnout.
How exciting.
Thanks.
That's a huge, so you've grown so much from your early concepts.
Yeah, definitely. We're up to like over 200 volunteers right now making this happen. And, you know, post-vaccine, we're really excited about a hybrid model because, you know, our heart is with venues and what's happening in the concert industry. But now, you know, after the vaccine for the 2022 election, we can have sold out venues and then also have fans RSVP to webcasts to activate that many more potential voters.
It takes an incredible visionary to be looking forward to the 2022 election when we still have the 2020 in front of us. Good for you. I've got a huge wall up, anything beyond the 2020 election. So, but good for you looking that far ahead. So you're learning, you're growing. It started with the 2018 concept, and now you're taking it into 2025 states. That's impressive. And I think it's, what do you get out of this personally rewarding for you?
I just was so disheartened to hear, you know, low turnout numbers in Milwaukee where I'm from and, you know, low turnout numbers amongst young people. And so I just wanted a way to, you know, get people thinking about voting, you know, hopefully voting, getting excited about voting and really celebrating voting. It's such a sacred and important right that I think all too often we take for granted. So if we can all come together and have a big party on election night, you know, hopefully that helps to sweeten the deal a little bit.
I think so too. And I hadn't looked at it as a party, but I think you're right. I mean, I've already starting to see early election. I'm noticing that local news stations where I am are interviewing some 18, 19, 20-year-olds who are voting for the first time like this. And so I'm beginning to feel like there really is a groundswell of youth voters. And I really applaud you for trying to attack into these younger generations. And if they're on the fence and they don't know if they want to vote or not, maybe something like this will encourage them to do so.
That's what we hope to. That's our plan for sure.
That's exciting. How many bands do you have working with your event this year?
Over 600.
Over 600 bands. Wow.
There's a little bit of enthusiasm for voting this year.
That's incredible. And we have one of those bands coming up next, don't we?
Yes, you do.
We do. All right. Let me use this as a segue as we get into introduce our next. Emily, this is really good information. I'm coming back to you for sure. Our next guest, the Imaginaries. I'm so excited to have them. Maggie McClure and Shane Henry on board. We wanted to welcome them to the America Connects, the next guests. Both of you, thanks for being on the show. Really nice to have you both with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
The Imaginaries, I've got a nice little intro for you as well. I try to be prepared, but Maggie McClure on piano, keyboard, and vocals, and Shane Henry on guitar and vocals, was formed in their home state of Oklahoma. Maggie from the large city of Norman, and Shane from a tiny 700-person town, Vernon. Yeah. Both caught the music bug early in their lives. Together, they love the love of performing, writing music, and their faith all make up the glue that keeps them grounded and focused on the dream of turning what they've imagined for themselves into the reality of the Imaginaries. It was well. I wanted to read that. I really liked. I thought it flowed well. But tell me about how you got involved in this. It's got to be a fun story.
Yeah, we have been working with an awesome publicist, Julie Lichtenstein in New York, for over a year, and she pitched us to be a part of this. And when we were notified, I think it was maybe a couple months ago, she notified us that we were selected to perform, and she was very excited about it, and so were we. And we're immediately interested in being a part of this and have been really looking forward to it ever since.
And music and artists in general are passionate people.
Absolutely
are. Eclectic and fun and living outside the box a lot. But this is another level of passion for you, being able to contribute to an event like this. Shane?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, this is a really important election, and we want to be doing the right thing and letting our fans know, hey, you got to get out there and vote, and we're so happy to be a part of this.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think or anticipate it being, and I don't know the demographics for your music, so I just know what I like, but do you expect to pick up some new audience along the way with this particular, going for the, as Emily has said, going for the X, Y, and Z generation?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, our demographic really, there's a big age range. We do have some 20-year-olds that really love our music, and then people our parents' age and older really enjoy our music as well. But I think that, being kind of in the middle of that age range ourselves, like, I think that us being a part of this might encourage some of our younger fans to get out there and vote even more so. And I definitely think that we'll make some new fans out of this as well, for sure.
Yeah, it's good exposure. It'll be fun, and I'm excited for you. It's not like you have everything else to do on a Tuesday.
I know, right?
Well, when we saw the lineup, we were just like, oh, this is awesome. I mean, what a cool opportunity. I mean, yeah, COVID has been super a downer in so many ways, but and obviously for us with live performances, but what an awesome opportunity that we can be involved with this from Oklahoma, where we're from. And we're just so honored to be a part of it. So we're just really excited.
Where will you be performing from?
From our home studio in Norman, Oklahoma.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. A little plug there. Good. Yeah. It's just fun to have, I say visionaries, again, going with Emily, but you guys too, as the Imaginaries, that you really view this as just not fun, but a real opportunity to expose people to your music. And it's got to be kind of, I know you perform, but has their performances been, it has to have affected your concerts?
Sure. I mean, Maggie and I actually, we booked the opening slot for the Brian Setzer holiday tour. We released a Christmas album last year, and this is it right here.
Okay, good. Thank you.
But we were supposed to do this holiday tour with Brian Setzer, and he came down with tinnitus last year and canceled the tour. So that tour was supposed to be parlayed to this year, and unfortunately with COVID, it's being canceled as well. But we've just decided, look, there's two ways you can go with stuff. You can look at it like the glass is half empty or half full. And we've just decided that we're going to make the most of trying to take a tough year and do as much positive stuff as we can. We're doing tons of, Facebook live streams and virtual concerts from home. Mm-hmm. We've been taking this time and recording more music. We're stockpiling songs that we're going to release.
Stockpiling, I like that.
Yeah, and we've been writing a lot. We've just been doing stuff in different ways, but we've been still staying creative and plugged in. And we just actually filmed a Christmas music video, which was kind of a cool thing. We partnered with the city here in Oklahoma, Chickasha, Oklahoma. They have one of the largest Christmas light displays in the country. And so we had this idea of partnering with them because we have a song called Hometown Christmas. And we thought, how cool would it be for us to, this is essentially my hometown. And I said, how cool would it be for us to have a video of us sort of featuring our town that we're from and kind of partnering with them. So that's one thing that we've done, and we're just thinking outside of the box, you know, and still just making the most of what we can do right now in the season.
And they'll be using the video and the song for promotion, and trying to, you know, keep things going and stay positive.
Well, I think as busy as your schedule could have been in the past, it's kind of nice to tap the brakes a little bit and get regrounded. So I'm going to come back and we'll get some more interaction with you, but I wanted to introduce our next guest. I wanted to welcome Sam Voisin. Sam, welcome to the show. Welcome to America Connects.
Thank you, Rob. Glad to be here.
You've been in this industry for a while now. You've seen some changes this 2020. Tell me about that.
Oh my gosh, Rob. So I've been doing this for about 25 years. Yeah. So I've seen the changes occur just dramatically over the past year. And, you know, a good example is, you know, my background here that you see, that is the Shreveport Municipal Auditorium. It's a 3,000 seat theater, and it's empty now, just like most venues around the country. And so there's alternative means, like you've just heard, that's occurring. And thankfully, Emily, with her vision and others, we can still enjoy music and the emotion that it gives us. So music will be back, but it will not be back in the same form and presentation that it was prior. And that's good and bad, you know, and we could talk about the details of that. But just as a side note, this is one of Bob Dylan's favorite venues in my background here.
I'm not surprised.
And Jack White also has his own hat hook in the dressing room here that I actually put up personally.
Hat hook too.
Yeah, Jack White loves this building. So this is where Elvis had his first public performance in his entire career.
I didn't remember that to be
Louisiana Hayride. Yeah.
Okay. A lot of changes this year, and I look back to Maggie and Shane, and they're, you know, they're doing things in their hometown, in their own backyards and things big, but it's also like they're saying they're stockpiling songs. It's a great way to kind of scale back. But what does the future of live entertainment look like for you in your vision?
Well, Rob, on the venue side, what live entertainment is going to look like is still unknown. I'll give you a good example. Just this past week, the Flaming Lips, which is an alternative band that some may or may not know, but they're known for a bit of stage antics and creativity. However, everyone that was at the concert was in an actual bubble, and it was a blow up bubble. And it's the same bubble that you would find, you know, as a yard game. So it was, while it was creative, it was safe. However, we hopefully don't want to go to that extreme in the future, or have to. But you know, social, yeah, I know, right? You know, social distancing, masks, safety, sanitary procedures from a venue point of view. It's going to be incumbent upon the operator to really step up their game and ensure that the patrons are safe and they have the courage to come out and enjoy themselves like they did before, in an environment that is going to help the artist as well. So, you know, safety is paramount with security now. So, you know, right after 9/11, Rob, you know, it was security. It was, you know, pretty stringent. You see what that did for the airports.
Yeah.
Right? So now there's a whole new set of guidelines for the airports. Well, this is going to be the same thing for venues. This is a whole new set of guidelines to host a concert now. As
a fan and a spectator, as an audience member, I look at those concerns. But looking back at Maggie and Shane, how is it different from the artist's point of view? I mean, with their safety concerns are just as important. It's got to be changing for them as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
I thought you were going to say something.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I mean, there's the part of it that we miss. I mean, we miss it so much, and we miss playing live. We miss the interaction with people and not just a computer and a phone. We've had the opportunity to play 2 outdoor events this year that were very safe, and we just, I mean, it was just so, it just meant so much more to us than it usually does to get to play live. But
music is meant to be shared with people. And I mean, it's cool to be able to do stuff virtually, but there's still a little bit of a missing link, like what Maggie was saying, that connection that you get when you see faces. But I mean, it's just, there has to be, I don't know the answers. I mean, maybe it's when a vaccine comes out, everybody, I don't know what it is, but I was talking to, I'm really good friends with the blues rock guitar player, Joe Bonamassa. We were having a conversation and I was just talking to him, his thoughts on when, live touring was going to come back. And his answer was 2022, which just like made my heart go, oh, hopefully we can figure something out sooner.
Yeah. And I mean, there's definitely been just kind of a different feeling in the air at the live shows where you can tell everybody's, just a little bit, obviously worried and super conscious about their health and others. And so I look forward to when hopefully it can get back to how it was before, where we can all just enjoy it and not have to be worried about that. But yeah, there's a lot going through our minds, and yeah, we have to be safe and we want everyone else to be safe. And then there's the part of, when people want to interact with us, we have to deal with that too.
Yes. Something both sides are used to doing.
Yeah.
I want to bring Sam back. Sam, I wanted to give you the opportunity. You're the former VP of SMG Concerts. So we've heard from the artists just now, Maggie and Shane. Sam, I know we deal with a lot of the venue opportunities and precautions, but how is it changing and shifting for the artists? I know as they just mentioned, they have concerns as well. You have to deal with that too, don't you, Sam?
Absolutely have to deal with the patrons and the artist. And, the artist, just like Maggie was describing, there's a connection between the audience and the artist. And if that connection is lost in any manner, then it's not the optimum experience for either one. And so, while we have safety and security measures, right, on both sides, a lot of artists are canceling meet and greets if they're doing any type of shows that have any social distanced patrons as well. And that's not something the artist wants to do. That's something that they feel they need to do. And, it'll be a while before that type of interaction does come back. But, look, the whole reason that we attend shows and entertainment is to feel a connection and to feel something that the artist is going to give you, and vice versa for the artist and the patron. So, while it'll be a while, it is coming back, but it's going to come back slowly.
And like the changes after 9/11, it took a while for everything to develop and be national, not just one or two airports. But yeah, the changes are they're going to have to be uniformly accepted everywhere. Getting back a quick reset, the show today is about #IVoted. It's a concert, online, a virtual concert event the night of the election. And we're talking to some entertainers and those in the entertainment business, like Sam Voisin and the Imaginaries, which were on a bit ago, about how this whole COVID and the coronavirus is changing the entertainment industry. I'm a big fan. I mean, I'm in my mid 50s. I have enjoyed going to live concerts and haven't been to one like everyone else. It's just not happening. And after a while, you start jonesing for it. You really do. So, and the artists need to get out there and perform again. And people like Sam that have the venues in the past, everything is shifting. And I wanted to ask you, Sam, before I move on to our next guest, what projects are you involved in now? I mean, what are you working with now to keep yourself busy and moving things forward?
Well, just like Emily, we've pivoted a lot to hybrid shows, virtual concerts, even in the convention center side of things of this business, in the venue side, there's hybrid meetings going on. So, just look at the Billboard conference that's happening. That's a virtual. IEBA, which is International, Entertainment Buyers Conference, that was virtual this year out of Nashville. So, while we do want to meet and in person and see shows in person, right now it's slowly but surely coming back, but not today.
Yeah, slowly. But and again, much like this event we're doing with #IVoted, a lot of it's being done online and virtually.
And there's a lot of platforms for that, Rob. Mandolin, good example. That's just one platform. Yeah, and Zoom's another, but there's more artist-centric platforms that have come out, and And in my opinion, while we all view this as a bad thing, I think it's a good thing. This is not going to take the place of live entertainment. It will only enhance it and extend the leverage of live entertainment in the future.
Yeah, we're opening it up to other possibilities as well. So it's going to be one of the benefits on the backside. I want to move on. I've got a gentleman, a comic scene all over the world. I want to introduce, if I could, for our next one, Mr. Gerald Kelly. Hello, Gerald Kelly.
How's it going? How's everybody feeling out there, man?
Yeah, it's nice to have you on America Connects. I'm Rob Dahl. Thanks for being part of the show, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me.
We had the Imaginaries discussing earlier about how they're missing it. You've got to be in the same boat. I mean, it's got to be a struggle for you, kind of coping.
Yeah, at first it was a struggle, and then in life you got to reinvent yourself. So what I started doing stand-up comedy shows in my backyard. I live in Georgia, have a pretty decent backyard. I can get about 150 people in my backyard with social distancing, wear your mask. I charged a fee of $25 and gave away free food, and you could bring your own drinks. And did about 4 of those shows, man, and saved my house.
I need an invite. No, that's good. I mean, we were talking earlier. You just got to get creative. We got to, not just get outside the box, but just blow up the box. It doesn't work. We've got to get creative, and people that are creative like you, and Emily, who was on earlier, and the Imaginaries. You've got to use that creativity to get out, and you're doing that. You
have to. I have sons that do stand-up comedy. My 6-year-old son is a professional comedian. My 14-year-old son started at 5. He's a professional comedian. And my 28-year-old son, Isaiah, started at 10. And he's a professional comedian. Isaiah's working all over the country right now. He's opening up for some big names across the country. He's stayed working, and it has not affected him at all. The younger children are performing. They're performing private events at schools and people's homes. And we're doing like a mobile thing. We're actually getting ready to shoot a stand-up comedy special at a venue in Atlanta, Georgia, October 29th, called the Uptown Comedy Corner, 550-seat comedy club. Okay. We're shooting a special, and we're gonna stream it live, and we're gonna sell it. And we're not gonna stop, man. I mean, the world doesn't stop, man. I'm from New York, where I remember when 9/11 came, it shut everything down. But we have to eat. And we're Americans, man. We know how to overcome, man. We're Americans. We know how to get back up, get on that bike, ride the bike again. And this is not going to be forever. It's not going to be forever. It's going to stop. It's going to change. It's going to get better. And like the gentleman said earlier, there might be a blessing in all of this, because when it does come back, we're going to appreciate it even more.
Right.
And it's going to enhance. It's going to be even better, bigger and better, man. So, storms will come, man. We know storms will come, but we got to keep praying and keep working hard and just reinventing ourselves, man. I mean, I like to get together with the other artists on this, and we do something online. Let's start something up online. Everybody's, let's do it. Let's do it, guys.
Collaborations. We as Americans, we are tenacious, and
yes,
we do persevere, and we don't mind change. There's most of us, we're okay with change. It's the process of changing is difficult, but we're okay changing. We're okay evolving into what we need to be. And I think you're a good example of that. So I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad the kids didn't realize earlier, did you, that it was going to be a family business?
The oldest one knew right away. He started when he was 10 years old. I saw him playing around with that microphone. I said, hey man, don't play with that. That's dangerous. You're gonna wind up at a couple improvs. You keep playing with that one, you're gonna be on the road.
Yeah, don't do as I say, don't do as I do, right?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, but they love it though. They love it, man. My kids love it, and we've been knocking on that door for a while, and we're gonna keep knocking on that door until someone answers and opens up the door for us to have our own sitcom, our own television show. We're going to develop this stuff. We're going to keep on working. My 6-year-old will tell you in a minute. He'll tell you, he's in the other room. I hear him in there playing, but he'll tell you in a second. He'll go, hey, the pandemic is not stopping anything. I said, dude, you're 6. You don't know what the pandemic is like.
He doesn't
Daddy
have
had to
unchange as we do.
exactly. You don't notice that Daddy's cars are missing, and there's a living room set and the television that's been gone.
There's more room to play. That's how he sees it. Sure.
And then sold the cars and everything, dude.
Man, it's exciting, Gerald. It's nice. It's exciting that you're doing so well, and being the comedian that you are, is it difficult? I'm just asking because some people are probably wondering, is it difficult to keep the humor in life, or you get down like the rest of us? You just have a different way of looking at things.
No, I think that comedians, man, we come from, we can dig deep into pain, man, and we can take pain and turn it into comedy. If you ever watch some of your favorite comedians of all time, they were able to talk about the hurt that they've been through in their lives, man. I mean, there's times I've looked up and said, how in the world are we going to pay our bills this month or next month or the month after that? You know what I'm saying? And I just start turning it into material. I do material about the pandemic. I do material about the politics that's going on television with who's going to be the new president and who's there's so much, anything that's painful.
Some material's easier than others.
Material's easy. I mean, some people call it dark. We don't call it dark. We just call it comedy, man. And we make, our jobs is to make people laugh. I want to bring laughter. My children and I, we bring laughter across the country, man. We're actually going out this evening in Georgia. And guess what, dude? We're going to feed 100 homeless people tonight.
Nice. Wow.
Yes. And we're going to and guess what? We have enough change on us where we got the nerve to be putting 5 homeless people tonight in hotels for the weekend. Get them off the streets.
Excellent. Paying it forward.
Yes.
You got to keep the hope alive out there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate your optimism and then the family connections that you're working on. I want to bring it back around, if I can, to Emily. I was just wondering, it's been a little while since we opened up, Emily, and I wanted to give you the chance to reignite everyone's passion of music and remind everyone, #IVoted. Remind everyone how to get involved with this coming up on election night.
Yeah, definitely. Our RSVP system is open. So if you head over to ivotedfestival.com, you can text us to RSVP your selfie, and you're going to get a unique login for our election day and night event. It's like a 14-hour festival, over 600 artists.
Yeah, I don't think I knew that. I forgot to mention that it was that long. It's not just the night of, it's the day of.
It's super long, but all of the artist sets are going to be available on demand for an additional 24 hours. So that way, if there's more than one artist playing at the same time, or if you're unfortunately stuck in line voting or something, we've got you covered. So yeah, if you go to ivotedfestival.com, you can RSVP and check out the largest single night digital concert in history.
That is amazing. I'm so excited for you.
I like that.
I'm so happy it's coming together for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, Emily, and again, ivotedfestival.com.
Yes.
Okay. And it requires a selfie with an I voted sticker.
That works. Yeah.
Well, that's the main one. But you mentioned earlier in the show, there are other ways if you're under the age to vote and things like that. So
yeah, we've got everyone covered, and all that info is crystal clear on the website.
Excellent. Good. Yeah. The website's ivotedfestival.com. It's all about rewarding those who voted. And if you voted early, it still counts. Get a picture with your I voted tag and get it in there. And there are other ways to become a member, to get involved as well. So it's not exclusive, but it's kind of exclusive.
That's right. We're encouraging voting, but it's certainly open to voters and non-voters, which makes our electoral attorney very happy.
I want to see this do really well for you. It's been
nice.
It's been great having you on your show. Maggie and Shane, the Imaginaries. I wanted to bring you guys back around. You've kind of scaled back the past few months, and you've stockpiled up a few songs. You're part of this hashtag I voted as well. What do you foresee aside from attracting a few new members of your audience?
Well, we're certainly excited to watch as many of the other artists as we can.
You're fans too. That's true.
Absolutely. It works both ways.
It does. And just participate and help with, promoting it as much as possible. Again, we're just super excited and honored to be a part of it. So thank you, Emily. And yeah, we're just really excited for all the possibilities that might come from it, and the networking opportunities like over here. And we should totally do something. And we'd love to, continue collaborations and potentially be involved again if they'd like to have us. So we're just really excited.
I'm really thrilled you're part of it, and I do hope you get great exposure and have fun watching other artists too.
Yes.
That's because it's a huge collective, and it's exciting that you get to do that. And I'm anxious to see your Christmas video when it comes out.
Thank you so much.
And when as we were segueing out of that, I was thinking it's got to be fun to kind of have the time to do that kind of thing.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
And
normally you may not have, but this gives you a chance to do that.
Yeah, it's been, like we talked about, just a unique and interesting time that's created some opportunities that maybe weren't there before. It's certainly always funny to be filming a Christmas video when it's 90 degrees outside. But
that's all behind the curtain stuff.
He's melting over there. Put him back together.
Well, thank you for being part of the show. I'm very grateful you're here. I look forward to seeing you on the night of the hashtag I voted. I'll be there. I'll be looking for you. Thank you. Thanks, guys. I'm going to move on to Sam. I wanted to bring Sam back. Sam Voisin. There's a lot of going on right now in the world. And I was curious, what do you see I know we're constantly evolving, Sam, but the future of the entertainment industry, you've got hope for it, don't you?
Absolutely. There's a lot of hope. And like I said earlier, I think whenever this does come back, which, the pundits are saying that it's going to be mid next year. Some are saying that next year's even shot. I don't believe that. I think that it'll have a gradual effect from first quarter all the way to third quarter. And then, then the touring acts will start coming back, the Kenny Chesneys of the world, and, some of the larger, touring acts that it takes millions of dollars to put them on the road. Well, guess what? They're planning that now for mid next year. It takes about a year to plan, and they've been doing it. So if not more. So look, the future's bright. No one should be giving up right now in the entertainment industry. Please. We are all going to remain strong. And this is just nothing more than a pause and opportunity to reevaluate, clean house, and fix things that you've been meaning to fix because you were too busy to do it before. Yeah. So, it's coming back.
Gerald Kelly, are you still around, man?
I'm right here.
Good. I wanted to close it out with you. I know you miss performing. You've got your family and things, but man, are you planning on being involved in this I Voted festival, the hashtag I Voted, even if you're just watching, right?
I want to be involved. I want to watch whatever I need to do. I'm gonna get my whole family to tune in, man. I want to, this is a big year, big election coming up.
And it is a big election, and this hashtag I Voted. It's a historic event. It's just going to be incredibly huge, and we all need to be a part of it, whether we're just watching it as fans and spectators, and of course voting. And lucky artists like the earlier guests, the Imaginaries, are being part of it. So it's a big deal. Gerald, thank you for sharing some of your time and your enthusiasm as well. And good luck with the family. And
hey, man, I registered my 6-year-old to vote. We all vote this year, man.
Well, I'm going to delete that and post. I'm not a participant of fraud. All in good humor. I appreciate you, man. Thanks, guys. Thanks, man. Thanks for being part of the show. From Emily White, again, ivotedfestival.com. Emily, I want your face on one more time to say thank you for putting all this together. God bless you. And I hope the next couple of weeks go smooth for you and stress-free, and you get more than 4 hours of sleep a night.
Oh, I sleep 9 hours a night, but that's a whole other episode. But Gerald, get in touch. We would love to have you. So let's definitely connect offline after this so we can make it happen.
Please. I want to be involved. I love what you guys got going on.
Nice connection. Good. Everybody wins. From the Imaginaries, man, I so appreciate it. It was a thrill to meet Maggie and Shane. Yes. Sam, I appreciate your input. Thank you. Good luck with all the venues. It's all been fun. Gerald, once again, thank you. America, get out there and vote. I mean, there's not a lot of reward than just the feel you get it from voting and being a part of this democratic process. But I'm telling you, to be a part of I voted, hashtag I voted, I think is going to be your biggest reward. So whether you're young or old, get out there and vote. This is the time to do it. Make your voice heard, make your opinion count, and enjoy a little music the day of the election and especially the night. Go to, again, the website, ivotedfestival.com. Be a part of this historic event. You'll be able to talk about it in 2 more years when we do it again, according to Emily, in 2022. So thank you, America. Thanks for being a part of it. We're here for you. Keep checking on the podcast. We're here when you need us. Again, I'm Rob Dalton. America, let's stay connected. Have a great day. And thank everybody for being a part of the show. God bless America. We'll see you next time.